Right. So, my whole why I'm dumb in all this is because I thought that I could put my politics aside, work as an honest-to-goodness, neutral journalist, and point a camera at and tell the story of the Patriots without incident. And I was extremely wrong. Because with them, it's always going to be an incident because they're all a bunch of fucking pill-popping drug addicts, and they're not rational people. You cannot have a rational conversation with these people. And they're not holier than thou. They've all got so many skeletons in their closet and fucking and sucking everything that moves that please, talk about good Christians. They wouldn't know one if it walked up and spoke to them, but they're all patriots. So, okay, whatever. And I should have never gotten on the train and come up to Portland to cover this bullshit in the first place. I already knew about it. I heard the stories. I knew what was going on in Berkeley, and I didn't want any part of it then. But I let an asshole at KXL talk me into it, and then I got dumped on by them. I was supposed to be the new evening news anchor at KXL out of all this. That was the first thing that was supposed to happen months ago. They reneged on that. I'm sure you know that KXL is a conservative-leaning station, and
I don't really know
Lars
who they
Larson
are, but now,
and all those people. I mean, they're conservative hosts, and since I got here, it's been one fuckover after another, one shit talk, name calling thing, conspiracy theory, and that's another thing. They all sit and say that, well, you're a conspiracy theorist. Why? Because my original thing was I brought down the Masons by whistleblowing on them, and they're like the subject of conspiracy theory. What I did and said was not a bunch of conspiracy theory back in the day. That was like all fact about what went on in an office about sexual abuse. That wasn't conspiracy, internet bowels, weird crap. So, you know, I've got a good track record as a journalist. I thought, wow, this is like a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I might as well go ahead and cover this story. And it has done nothing but ruin me. And
how has it ruined you?
It's put me around a bunch of redneck hicks who care nothing about me. They've used me up, spit me out, destroyed the few things I came into town with, like my clothes. Now I have the clothes on my back because they've thrown them in a dumpster because they think I'm the infiltrator. Well, let's go ahead and call me an infiltrator. Fine, fuck it. Because I actually wasn't, but now I've actually turned into the perfect one because they brought me in closer than they brought in anybody, and I know all their shit. So you know what?
Weren't you planning on making money from this venture, though, at all?
No, the deal was like, if we got some money, they'd kick me back some, if that came in a donation or whatever, to compensate me for my time, but otherwise, it was like, no, you're not getting anything out of this, except the story, and you can hang around with us, and we'll feed you, and take care of, like, overhead costs and things like that. Well, they haven't done any of that. So,
big surprise there.
Yeah, and they're all a bunch of selfish, self-righteous people who hide behind some sort of Christian identity or something. And you know what? I'm a good practicing Catholic. I see right straight through it.
Well, I've been doing research on this, actually, and the Hell-Shaking Street Preachers, Alan Puckett, self-proclaimed white nationalists, I think they're using the Christian identity flag for their own reasons. They're appropriating it.
Of course.
To mask, essentially, their bigotry and white nationalism.
Because it's good clickbait for most of Middle America. And they know that. They know what they're doing. And this is all so deeply submerged up to the scalp in agents and alphabet agencies that there is something very horrible that's going to unfold here in Portland. And honestly, I see these feds and everybody that are helping the Patriots, all of them, their whole side, like, they're setting it up that way. They want something bad to happen because they're botching every investigation they touch. They are encouraging, like, okay, for example, Chris, the FBI agent, he encouraged Haley to go to the church that night.
Yeah.
Told her it was a good idea, please go. And then we go, and where's the protection we were promised. I was the one that had to call 911 so we could get to the car from the angry mob that had gathered out front. And
Really?
I was like, what the fuck? Yeah.
That wasn't provided automatically?
No. No, well, they said it would be, and then they reneged. That's the thing. These people all renege on everything they say. Whether it's the Patriots themselves, their little Fed cop buddies. Oh, and Angelique, I'm gonna give you the juicy fucking deets on that. And the cop that filed the here we go. Let me find it. Haley's sexual assault. Angelique arranged all of that with the officer to make that police report, get him all fired up.
So is the video a thing? Does she actually still plan on coming out with that? Because I saw the 2 pictures she released from that night, supposedly, with Pete Murphy.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I've
about
been actually
that.
trying to get a hold of Pete Murphy on some level just to see what he thinks about all this, but...
The feds and the Portland police say that they've acquired the video from other neighboring businesses' security camera footage. But they haven't shown us. We don't know what video. For as far as we know, there is no video. This is all just hearsay from the police.
Okay.
They produce nothing to back. Oh, we have this. We got, nothing. There's never any follow up. That's the guy. Shit.
Can I look at this better?
Yeah. It's gonna keep flipping it though. 'Cause I took the picture sideways.
Oh. Okay. That's annoying.
Actually, you know what? I could probably fix it.
Yeah, you can rotate the picture,
yeah.
but... So, I don't know. I mean, thinking about this, it's really strange because the theory from Alyssa or Haley or both is that I planned a sexual assault against her. That's what I read on Facebook.
That would be Alyssa's theory.
Yeah, I'm a terrorist. I planned a sexual assault with Pete Murphy.
Alyssa.
Very conspiratorial. Logic holes in that would be, one, if I was planning a sexual assault, why would I tell you? And two, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Who plans a sexual assault with 2 other people, and for what reason? The story breaks down pretty easily.
Yeah, okay, well that whole night was weird because we went, first of all, it was a KXL studio event party thing at that bar, the Hawthorne Hideaway.
Mm-hmm.
And we get there, and we hadn't been there 30 minutes, and paparazzi and cop watchers and sharps all start showing up, and they're casing the front of the, and like the cop watcher and the paparazzi people were even coming in and like interrupt, like I was shooting pool, and they're interrupting my game of pool to ask me questions, and I'm like, what the hell? And so later that evening is when that happened, and we saw it happen. Like there was that woman that ran up and did that, and the whole thing was weird. So Haley didn't even want to make a thing out of it. The other Patriots got her to make a thing out of it. That's where enter Angelique and her cop buddy, and the report was made and filed over at Angelique's house in Southeast Portland, like a day later, and I have the report number. I can give that to you.
Okay.
And it just sort of took on a life of itself. And then the next thing you knew is like all these situations where you've got Patriots trying to dox this and that, and Antifa trying to dox this and that, and it's just insane shit.
All right. Well, I think we'll cut off there for a moment.